And the order of opening statements was determined by lot, as was mentioned before we began. So we begin with Mr. McGowan.
Thank you. My wife Lynn and I have been residents in Palos Verde Estates for 23 years, and I am one of the 5 residents that was selected to be a member of the Financial Advisory Committee. I bring a 50-year professional accounting and financial background to our city. I have an undergraduate degree in accounting from the University of Denver. I have an MBA from Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern. I'm a certified public accountant. I hold a certificate in management accounting, and I'm also a certified fraud examiner. I've held senior executive positions in finance and general management in both manufacturing and financial services, namely Medtronic, Inc., the biomedical manufacturer, and in the Financial Services, Inc., Norwest Corporation, currently known as Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bank System, currently known as U.S. Bank. For the last 30 years, I have been running dispute analysis and resolution practices with the public accounting sector. I'm a retired senior partner of PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I currently have my own company, Lanata Bay Associates. I'm familiar with how cities do their municipal accounting and provide assistance to the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, Orange County bankruptcies, and a number of other different areas. My threshold or issues are safety, security, and fiscal integrity. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. McCarthy.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. I've been a resident, my wife and I have been residents here since 1997. We live up in the Espinosa Circle. We raised 2 girls here. We have horses at the stable. 11 days ago, I retired from the Los Angeles Police Department, where I worked for 39 years. My last assignment, for the last 10 years, I've been in charge of detectives and over really neat stuff, the kind of stuff that they make movies about, murders and serial rapists and extortions and kidnap. I've been retired for 11 days, and my wife told me I need to find a job. So here I am. I had a couple other functions in the police department. I represented the chief of police at multiple task force committees, LA Impact, which is an LA County Chiefs Initiative, LA HIDA, which is high-in-density traffic area with federal agents. And additionally, I'm the president of the Los Angeles Police Relief Association. We're elected members, nonprofit, and we administer the health benefits to 16,000 active and retired people. Thank you for that. So my 3 points are public safety. You know, my 39 years in public safety, that's pretty much all I did. It's all operations. I think I can bring value to the council with all my operational experience. Accountability. I was also part of a CompStat process where we held command officers accountable for everything. We counted everything. We counted beans, we counted arrests, and I think accountability on the council is really important. And finally, transparency. Transparency in verbal communications as well as written communications. So,
Thank you.
Oh.
Is it? No? Oh, okay, sorry.
Just to start the clock over?
I couldn't see it from here.
Okay. The bottom line is I think I can bring a lot of value to the council, and the only thing I'm not taking contributions. The only thing I'm asking for is your vote. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Peterson.
Hi. I'm Betty Lynn Peterson. I've been a resident of Palos Verdes Estates since 1990, graduated from the Peninsula School District. This is my 4th year on the City Council, and I'm the current mayor, so thank you for being here. 4 years ago, when I was encouraged by multiple Palos Verdes Estates residents to run for the council, I was flattered and somewhat amused. I'm a businesswoman. My forte is in real estate. I do sales, development, construction, and property management. Public service was not in my trajectory, but after giving it some serious thoughts, I thought this aligns with my purpose, that I wanted to contribute back to the society, and also, you know, this is my big why. I wanted to make a difference. So I threw my hat in the ring with no other contenders. The election was actually canceled. So as the mayor, my goal was, and still is, to rebuild this community. I'm the unifier. We've been through some rough waters these last 4 years. The City Council inherited the Parklands lawsuit. The City Council, blindsided by the naysayers and skeptics, we lost Measure D. The City Council, after losing Measure D, urgently and carefully put Measure E back on the ballot. because without Measure E, we would have been bankrupt. Let me say that again, we would have been bankrupt. As part of my initiative to rebuild the community is to promote dialogue. I started doing monthly walk and talk with the mayor, and also to promote our local businesses. I started monthly PVE Eats with the mayor. But one of my most proudest accomplishment was actually to settle the Parklands lawsuit. Because being in 14-hour mediation and encouraging parties to come to a resolution when there's so many strong personalities at the table was an art form. And being mentally tougher and wanting to make sure that what we do is the right thing for our residents is dedication and seeing the big picture. This is why I deserve your vote on March 5th. Sorry, or a day earlier.
Thank you very much. Ms. Losey?
Hi, I'm Victoria Losey, and in case you didn't know, I'm your current city treasurer. Serving as city treasurer, combined with my 30-year career in corporate banking, I believe that makes me experienced enough to be an effective city council member. Why am I running? I am running because I strongly believe we need new leadership. When I ran for city treasurer 2 years ago, for me, the issues were lack of transparency, poor communication to residents, and lack of long-term vision and planning. From a person who attends every city council meeting, I don't think the issues have changed. As treasurer, I've been immersed in the city finances for the past 2 years. I've learned a lot in that time, and the first thing I learned is that we need to do things differently. We need to think and operate a little more like a business with limited resources. We need to make sure we're running our operations as efficiently as possible. We need to work on a balanced budget and a long-term plan. I was shocked when I became treasurer to find that there was no long-term plan other than a 1 or 2 year budget. We can't let things like pension obligations and capital improvement fester. We have a lot of negative financial trends that are not being addressed, and they won't be addressed without long-term planning. While I feel that the challenges on the horizon are largely financial, and that's my area of expertise, there's more to serving on the City Council. We need to be able to see the big picture. We need to work with residents to address their ideas and concerns, and we need to sometimes help neighbors work out issues. Last summer, I participated in the City Citizens Academy to make sure that I was looking at city operations, not just from a financial perspective, but from the big picture, and I accomplished that. I think I am the most well-rounded candidate for City Council. I am focused on the financial picture and the big picture. We need forward-looking, independent thinkers to lead our city. I think we need a change in leadership, and I think this election is an opportunity to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kemps?
Good evening. My name is Michael Kemps. I've been married to my wife Gemma for 23 years, and at 17 years old, I launched a technology firm that spans 3 cities. We employ 50 and have been profitable for 30 years. Integrity, accountability, and respect guide my life. I believe this is a change election. The character of Palos Verdes Estates is at risk. Our city is an ecological jewel. Our incumbents support urbanizing our city with increased density and risks to our natural beauty. First, they voted to appeal a case where a judge said that our city and homes association wrongly sold parkland. Now, $345,000 later, they want us to believe that their poison pill settlement didn't sell parkland. It did. They enabled the sale of 1.3 acres of parkland to a private party, which frankly never would have happened if the city attorney had not spearheaded the idea, as then Mayor Byrd disclosed publicly in 2012. Now they want to disregard our CC&Rs and deed restrictions again. They almost passed a new ordinance, and that would enable secondary dwelling units and flipping garages into rentable apartments. The plan was hidden in a consent agenda, and it was designed to bypass the Planning Commission. Beyond this, they planned on altering the natural habitat of Lanada Bay Cliffs with no resident endorsement. Again, this election is about changing our trajectory. We have a colossal failure of leadership which was broken trust with residents. Trust must be restored with truth. While the city has been arguing about the definition of debt and deficits, our reserves have been depleted, our pension debt nearly doubled, and our deed restrictions were placed at risk. We need solutions instead of rhetoric. I'm committed to protecting our resources and telling you the truth.
Thank you. Ms. King?
Good evening. I'm Jennifer King. I've lived here for 20 years. I've raised my family here, and I'm just finishing my first term on the City Council. By way of background, I served on both the Parklands Committee and the Planning Commission before I decided to file for election in 2015. I'm very proud of what our City Council has accomplished during the past 4 years. We focused on resident engagement. We've created 4 new advisory committees. We created the Citizens Academy, and we conducted the first ever city survey, which has been helpful in prioritizing resources. We have also enhanced transparency. We've updated our website and content and format. We've implemented new programs, OpenGov and Questus, which are basically digital file cabinets of our financial information, as well as all our records, ordinances, minutes, resolution, available to you anytime. And I personally have been available to meet with you one-on-one or in small groups, by phone or by email, to answer your questions or to find those answers. And I've met with many of you in the room here. We've also been a fiscally conservative council. We've balanced our operating budget every year. We have incurred no debt. And despite the failure of Measure D to gain a 2/3 majority, which meant we lost $5 million that we will never recover, we have maintained over $10 million in reserves. And we've done that by making significant cuts in our operating budget, including the police budget, by eliminating, deferring, or extending certain capital projects. We have formed the Finance Advisory Committee to help us engage in long-range planning, recognizing that increasing pension liability and ongoing infrastructure needs will, in the future, cause our expenses to outpace our revenues. So why am I running for re-election? I love our city. I've worked hard to protect it, but I see that there are challenges ahead presented by state mandates, rising pension costs, and our infrastructure needs. But these can also present an opportunity for us to work together as a community to engage in a thoughtful process as we figure out how to meet these challenges without sacrificing the community character that's at the heart of our city. In short, I want to work with you to protect and preserve our city. Thank you.
Thank you very much.